The last configuration you will need to set prior to starting ePA is designating which staff members can see ePA information for certain providers. Defining this access is done through the ePA management dialog located under Chart, Medication Prior Authorization, Management. The dialog is split into two lists. The list on the left will be any provider that has ePA enabled turned on in the prescriber setup dialog. The list on the right is a list of ePA-enabled users and the level of access they have been given for a particular provider. This access determines which information a user will be able to view within the ePA check status dialog. If the user has full access, he or she will be able to view, edit, and submit ePA responses. If the user only has read access, he or she will only be able to view information and not be able to edit or respond to questions. If you do not want a user to be able to check the status of ePA requests, then do not assign a provider to them in this dialog. When you enable a provider for ePA through the prescriber setup dialog, the system will automatically assign that provider full access under their own user. So for instance, I can see that medical doctor has full rights under user MDR, which is his login to the system and was done without any manual intervention. To assign the access level for a user, from the left, start by highlighting the applicable provider or providers. You can multi-select providers by using the Control key on your keyboard or by highlighting all providers if you intend to assign the same access for all of them. Then highlight the level of access, either full or read, under the applicable staff member's name. Finally, click the right-facing arrow in the middle of the dialog. This will place that provider's name under the level of access you selected, indicating that this user can access that provider's ePA requests. A single ePA-enabled user can have access to multiple providers, and the reverse is applicable as well. An individual provider can be assigned to multiple ePA-enabled users. If you would like to save your changes as you go, you can click Apply, and it will save your changes without closing the dialog. Once you have assigned the appropriate access to your users, click OK to commit to your changes. At this point, the users you set up in that dialog are able to participate in the ePA process.